Woo! Namaste! Live Saturday morning. I am so grateful to have the sun shining, and it's not shining everywhere. So wherever you are, I hope that you enjoy some of the sunlight. I am waking up this morning. I have two glasses of liquid beside me. I have some water with some roses, and I also have some morning coffee. And it's important to breathe and drink in the morning. And I also have some dates and some nuts and some dried fruit and some different things to eat. But before I do, I am going to laugh, and I'm going to start with some deep breathing, some pranayama breathing in through the nose. And I'm going to begin with our first awesome breath in. The words that we choose are so important. Words can be like magic. So let's breathe in joy and breathe out. Ha, 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 ha. Breathing in joy and out with any stress. Ha 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 ha. In with joy and out with any stress. Ha 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 ho 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 ho. In with joy, lots and lots of joy, and out with any energy, ha ha ha, that you want to release. Ha. Up with the arms if you're comfortable doing that, or keeping them wherever they are, breathing in the joy and out. Ha, 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 ha. Let's go for one more breath in with peace. Just leaving my arms where they are. They're kind of dangling, and out with any bit of stress. Ha, 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 ha. Woo! It's a beautiful bee that just came by, and it looks like it's floating around. And I feel good having taken these breaths. And I want to take a moment just to read from my awesome exercise and workbook, a point on happiness, because yes, Happy Danny is what I love going by, and I think that it's important. One of the reasons why I love Happy Danny so much is because it's a choice. It's a choice to to choose. I wouldn't say happiness so much as I would say choose to be joyful. Why? Because there's a difference between happiness and joyful, and could be joyful, Danny, but what I like to think about is that as I move and practice different exercises, laughter yoga, for example, I'm creating joy in my body. And as I'm creating joy in my body with my breath and with any movements that I can do, I'm moving happiness up to my brain, because happiness is really something that happens in the brain. This idea, the concept of being happiness. So I'm just going to read here, and I think that the more I read and the more I share information, the more I will learn as I'm training to become a teacher. And here we go. So laughter yoga makes a clear distinction between happiness and joyfulness. So there is a clear distinction. And although I do love being called Happy Danny, I'm not always happy. Did I wake up in a happy state of mind this morning? To be honest with you, I have a lot of different thoughts that come to me in the morning. And one thing that I like to do consciously is to consciously thank, just thank the universe, thank my lungs, thank my heart, thank, my brain for waking up and booting up with me. And gratitude is definitely helpful. At the same time, all of these things require thinking. So just to go back, happiness is a conditional response. And so depending on what my brain brings me as a thought, or what I ask my brain to bring me as a thought over time, if it brings me something that isn't so happy to think about, then all of a sudden I'm not happy. So it has a lot to do with thinking, and it is very conditional, this idea of being happy. It's dependent on the fulfillment of certain desires of the mind. And it's related to happenings in the past and in the future. And happiness hardly ever deals with the present. We can be happy for a moment, and that moment becomes the past. Or we can be happy thinking about the future, and it requires thinking. So there's usually an event. That takes place that either has us think conditionally about the fact that that event is something that creates happiness or sadness, or the whole spectrum of feelings. And so one example is, do you remember how long you stayed happy after getting that diploma, or a new car, a job, a house, when you gave a lot of effort towards something and you felt purposeful for that moment or for a period of time? So can we keep happiness? Happiness is something that we work toward conditionally, but it's often fleeting and quickly displaced by new conditions. So new conditions, new events, new events ultimately, and the idea of forever moving goalposts. So this happiness is something that is conditional and has a lot to do with events and circumstance. In contrast, that was a forced laugh, but it becomes natural the more and more and more you intentionally laugh. The body understands that that's what you're doing, and you engage, just like a sport or any other exercise. So in contrast, joyfulness is unconditional. It's a commitment. So it's a commitment to be happy for the moment and to have fun despite life's problems. And so it's not about saying, all of the events don't matter. All of the events happening are happening. And it's important to acknowledge that you are so very special and so very awesome. I am so very special and so very awesome. And we are more than the events that take place around us. We are more than the circumstances around. And so we can commit and be intentional. And by laughing intentionally and unconditionally, we're actually creating joy. So joyfulness is easily triggered. So we can use anchors and triggers. So one trigger, for example, for me, an anchor is making this sound, and it immediately elicits some idea that I'm going to be laughing soon. And clapping is also another wonderful trigger and anchor, and something we do in laughter yoga. And so joyfulness, once again, it's easily triggered by joyful activities. So while happiness is triggered by conditional thinking, intellectual thought, and the thought surrounding different events, stimuli, and circumstance, joyfulness happens more often than not when we participate in activities that are joyful, like laughing and dancing and singing and playing. So play is so very, very helpful when we want to achieve a joyful state. And it's purely a physical phenomenon, and that's what's very interesting. Joyfulness doesn't happen in the brain. Joyfulness is happening in the body. And when you're joyful, you experience physiological and biochemical changes. And so the generation of good feelings, happy hormones, and a sense of well-being can change our outlook, and it can be a real mood changer at any given moment. So regardless of the events that may be taking place, We all have challenging events that come up and bring us around and about, and we can be in control of our state. And one way is to participate in activities that are joyful. And so laughter yoga is a very joyful activity, and it incorporates a lot of different movements and using the breath to create joy in the body. And that is my understanding of the difference between happiness and joyfulness. And so Happy Danny is here because I'm making the effort to participate in activities, whether on my own, like I'm doing here in this 40-day formula, or with others. And I can be in a certain frame of mind, and I know that by laughing, ha ha ha, moving my body in joyful ways, I can create joy. So the question people may have wondered is, Happy Danny, is Happy Danny always happy? Definitely not. Definitely intellectually, I have a lot going on, just like everyone else does. And so as an adult, we are living in our intellectual brains a lot. And so let's have some fun. I've been talking a lot, and I'm just going to, even though it's hot, the sun is out, it's September 5th, and so I'm going to warm up my hands. I really enjoy this warm up of the hands activity. And it's sunny. I don't have sunglasses on, so I'm going to be mindful and take a moment and put my hands in front of my eyes, give myself a look inside. And this may be a time where your thoughts start to become overwhelming, possibly. And so let's go back to our creating positive energy, positive movements here, and back over the eyes to give us our moment of looking within, taking some time. Our eyes are the windows to our soul, so let's give our moment to our soul. Give us a chance to go back now to creating some positive warmth in our hands. We have a lot of acupressure points in our hands and fingertips, and it's great to create some nice warm energy. And one more time, breathing in as I'm looking in. And I'm not touching my eyes, I'm just hovering them over my eyes. And so let's begin with some hoing and some hawing, some clapping, and let's encourage ourselves to enter this childlike state. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Very good, very good. Yay! Breathing in through the nose. This is pranayama breathing. So we're breathing in and out with the breath, the mouth, getting rid of all of that old air. In with the nose, out with the mouth. In with the nose, out with the mouth. And we'll do this just one more time by putting our hands on our shoulders here, and we'll go up once and then down. Ha. 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 Ho. Ho. Ha. 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 Ho. Ho. Ha. 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 Ho. Ho. Ha. 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 Very good. Very good. Yay! Now, this activity is interesting one. I'm going to take a sip of water because this is an activity. It's a cardiovascular exercise that we're undergoing. We are intentionally exercising our entire system internally. We're moving oxygen into our blood and all over the body. So even though I'm sitting down, I am certain and I'm moving my feet every now and again. And this is an exercise that is fun for me because it allows me to use my imagination. So I encourage you to try it as well. And so you can put your hands on your eyes like this. And what we're doing is we want to look around us because there is so much amazing energy around, and there's a lot of good stuff happening. The news can show us all sorts of negative things, and there's a lot of difficulty and challenge, and at the same time there's a lot of amazing things happening. People are working toward awesome stuff, toward health, happiness, and world peace. So let's give a look around, and all of the amazing, beautiful, wonderful things that we see, we're going to say, wow. Wow. And give a laugh and wow. Because a lot of good things are happening and people are contributing. Oh, wow. I like this one because I feel so silly when I put my hands up in front of me. And these are wow goggles. Wow. 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 You are wow. And so being in a state where we allow ourselves to move and be joyful, it becomes easier and easier to recognize all of these amazing things around us, amazing people doing amazing things. So let's acknowledge that just one more time. Wow. Wow. Choosing to look at all of the amazing wonder, the wonder of the world. Ha, wow. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Very good, very good. Yay! Because that's what we're wanting to do. We're moving in ways and using our breath in ways to achieve, accomplish, and become more like children. So achieving and accomplishing a childlike, playful state. Because when we're children, we're curious and things around us are amazing and we are learning all the time. So let's put our hands up in the air and give ourselves a big morning hello, and then up. And we're still up here, and let's go back down. Hello. Deep breath in, hello now, and then ha. And one more down, hello. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Very good, very good. Yay! And I'm feeling super generous today. I'm feeling very, very generous. This is a fun activity I learned recently. And so we've just become millionaires. You also have become a millionaire. So you're feeling generous too. So we're all feeling so generous. And so the first thing we want to do is feel some surprise because we've just become millionaires. And now that we've we've dealt with this surprise, and we've become so giving with all of this amazing money that we've won. We're going to give it away, and so we're going to laugh it out as we give our money away because we're feeling generous. Ha 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 ha. Ho 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 ha 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 ha. Ho 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 ho. Ha 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 ha. Ho ho ha ha ha. Ho ho ha 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 ha. Ho ho ha ha ha. Very good, very good. Yay! So whatever state you woke up in, whatever you had in terms of thoughts, whatever was on your mind, I hope that moving this way and practicing laughter as an exercise is helpful. We want to create joy in the body. And I'm going to take another sip of water because it's very, very, very important to drink water and to drink more water and to breathe intentionally. So intentionally drinking water and intentionally breathing and laughing. So this activity helps us kind of do it all. And so we have 2 jars in front of us. We want to imagine that we have these jars full of whatever you want. It could be water, it could be coffee, could be tea if you're working on not drinking alcohol in the mornings and you would really love alcohol and that's something you're wanting not to do any longer. It's a possibility. Let's pretend that there's alcohol in here and make sure that there's a whole bunch of giggles and laughter also. So if you're trying to get off of coffee or wanting to make a change, initiate a change for yourself and have another kind of drink or no drink at all. This is a fun way to practice that because we can have only giggles, only laughter, or we can have water, milk, whatever it is. You want to change something that you're taking in, put something different in these jars. And these jars, what we want to do is mix the laughter and mix the giggles. So we're going to mix, mix, mix this way. Yep. We want to make these sounds. Yep. And yep. And on the third yep, wherever you are, we're going to go back with our heads. It's very, very good to go back and laugh it out. Ha. And back down. It's important to breathe in through the nose as you're feeling the need to, and then we mix again. So we'll do that 3 times and then go back into our clapping and hoing and hawing, and then we'll encourage ourselves for having done this awesome drinking work because again, it's a choice. You're choosing to put whatever it is in these jars and shake it up. Yep. 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 And we drink. Ha 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 until you can't ha anymore. Breath in and yep, 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 and we drink. And one more. Yep, 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 and we drink. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Very good, very good. Yay! So that was a fun one, and I love to do that activity at different times of the day. You can call it a joy cocktail activity. And I'm going to get going. I have an awesome reading session coming up. I plan on doing some reading and practicing my Spanish a little bit, and I may come back online at a different time to laugh a little bit in French. And so let's go back to some breathing. I'm going to breathe in again 5 breaths, and as I laugh out, I'm gonna really laugh out this time. So I encourage you to join me, breathing in joy and peace, and laughing out any bit of leftover stress you may have from ho, 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 wherever. Wherever that stress came from, it's gone. And then again, up, breathing in joy and peace, and out with any stress. Ha, 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 ha. Peace, joy, and let's get rid of stress. He, ha, 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 ho, ho, ha. Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ha, ha, ha. Ha, ho, 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 ha, 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 ha. And let's go for one more super awesome breath in, because I am awesome. You are awesome. Ha, ho, hoo, 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 ha, 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 ha. Namaste. Thank you. Merci. And I hope to practice some Spanish online as I'm learning. Gracias. And some Italian as I go too. Why not? Grazie. Buona giornata. That's Italian. And so what would Spanish be? Spanish would be buenos días. Français, bonne journée. Bonne journée. Bon matin. On est toujours matin. 9 heures ce matin à Montréal. Have a wonderful morning, a wonderful day. Wishing you health, happiness, and world peace, everyone. Let's get there. We can do it. We can do it. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Happy Danny from Laugh Center. Thank you for subscribing. If you've subscribed, if you haven't yet, please do, because we're here to laugh and experience joy together. I would love your feedback on how you're feeling, and let's laugh together. More and more and more.